Can Jamaica's Kevona Davis rise to sprint dominance once again in 2022? Welcome back to the channel, people. Welcome back to the channel. If this is your first time here, let me say thank you for making it Peter Lloyd World. Now go ahead, please hit that subscribe button so we can continue to grow. Look, when you do that, go in and hit the notification bell so you know when the next video drops. We drop a video once a day, every day here on Peter Lloyd World. If you enjoy our content, please hit that like button. The algorithms on YouTube absolutely love the engagement. And finally, leave a comment. Let me know your thoughts on the once sprint dominant, well, certainly as a junior, Kevona Davis of Jamaica. Will she again rise to that level of dominance now that we've entered the 2022 season and now that she has ran her first race for that season? Ready? Yep, good to go. If you are a regular here at Peter Lloyd World, you would know that we consistently state the obvious, which is Jamaica has an immense pool of talent, a remarkable pool of sprinters, particularly amongst our women. And between 2000 and I'd say 17 to 2019, one of the most dominant sprint sources in the juniors was none other than the remarkable Kevona Davis out of Lilliput St. James, born on December the 20th, 2021, who attended and repped for Edwin Allen. Davis now attends the University of Texas, better known as the Texas Longhorns, and runs with them. She majors in health promotion and behavioral services. The youngster has a PB in the 100 meters of 11.16 seconds, which she set on March the 23rd of 2018. You should all remember that. And in the 200 meters, her PB is a remarkable 22.72, which she set on the 24th of March 2018 at the ISA Boys and Girls Champs. You all must remember this. The now sophomore at the Texas Longhorns finished fifth in the 60 meter dash with a time of 7.31 seconds. This is in the 2021 to 2022 season, and ninth in the 300 meter dash in a time of 38.32 in the opener at the Clemson Invitational. Now, the young phenom has suffered from injury over the last couple of years, and I'd say in the last 2 years has been recovering, and therefore is slowly getting back to that form that we all remembered when she was so dominant. To refresh your memory, let's look back at the 2017 Carifta Game Trials when she ran against a sprite young Brianna Williams, who by the way is still very young, beating her dominantly. Of course, Brianna got out of the blocks very quickly. Brianna was not as dominant as she is now, but this is the only matchup I know of between the two of them. And yes, people, Kevona took some time, but passed her in that 80 meters and just kept going. Kevona was actually the favorite going into this race. Now, I know some people do not remember that she dominated. She had beaten even Brianna Williams. And then many of you should remember this at the ISA Boys and Girls Championship, this 200 meter run. People, that's crazy. 22.72. Her PB in the 200 meters, this was in March of 2018. And I mean, as you can see in both of those races, she was meters ahead. In the 200 meters, she was like maybe 6 meters, 7 meters ahead of anyone else. She was basically racing herself on the clock. So when I use the word dominance, it's not hype. She was absolutely dominant. She was a sheer force of nature. And I remember seeing this race. It's insane, people. How much more dominant can an athlete be a sprinter be? We're not talking about the mile. This is again her PB, same championships. I think it was the day after or the day after. 11.16. I think she was what, 16 years of age, 17 years of age. That's a crazy time, and the way in which she won. I mean, I remember the first time I saw Kevona Davis, I was stunned. I was in Montego Bay, watching. Where was I? I think it was Montego Bay. Just dominant. I mean, this kind of talent is rare, and of course, the expectations for this young lady still remains extremely high. Now, as I stated earlier, she suffered from injury issues, the bane of the athlete. Now, since she's been at the Texas Longhorns, she has done well. 2021 USTFCCA first team All-American in the 200 meters and the 4x100 meters. The same second team All-American 200 meters indoor. 2021 second team All-American 60 meter indoor. Now, here she is running 22.57 in the 200 meters in 2021. In fact, I think it was sometime in May of 2021. I may or may not be correct about that. But remember, I said she's recovering from serious injury. And most of us who are Jamaican and who remember champs should remember that she's recovering. Remember, I can't show you the whole race, right, people? I don't want to infringe on anyone's copyright. But here she's doing that. Any of you who saw her run at the stadium or Central Champs should remember that she always does that. So she's getting back into form over 2020 into 2021. Now, I'm not saying she's not dominant. She's not doing the crazy times that one would have anticipated. I thought at this point she'd be doing a sub 11, but she's still improving. I can see the improvement. Here she's running the 60 meter dash in February 28, 2021. She ran 7.25. Yes, 7.25. And they basically tied, but they had the same time, but Kevona was given the second place. So she's getting better. She's getting faster. She's improving in increments because, like I said, injury is not just about physical injury. There is the psychological element to injury also, and very often we don't even understand that. And the physiological aspect of an injury also can take years to properly recover from. One of the things I think that happened is because she was so dominant. Remember, she did the 200, she did the 100, she did the 4x100. She just did too much work in a short time, which led to injury, I believe. Now, she just ran her first race of the 2022 season, a 60 meter dash at the Clemson Invitational. I'm almost certain that's what it is. At the Clemson Invitational, I think on January the 15th of 2022, which is just the other day. And we're going to show you that race. You watch the race and just let us know what you think. Now, this race took place at the Clemson Track and Field Complex in Clemson, South Carolina, the United States, on the 14th of January. So this is her first major race. She runs fifth in that race, running a time of 7.31, the 60-meter dash we're talking about, and she's now ranked 14th for this season in terms of that time. Now, I need to tell you that Kevona Davis is terrible at the 60 meters. And in the collegiate scene, that's the race. I guess that's the big indicator to them. 60 meters is a big deal. And the truth is, she's just terrible at this. This is really not one of her strengths. And if you look at her races generally, she takes a while to get going. If you remember that race with Brianna Williams that we showed you earlier on in the video, she takes a while to get moving, but when she gets moving. So the truth is, she hits her top end maybe 80 meters in. So 60 has never been her strength, and I know they've been working on that. And one of the reasons she's not, I think, being highlighted so much in the collegiate scene is because she's not very good at the 60 meter. And for whatever reason, the collegiate scene, the 60 meter dash is like, it's the be all. It's a big thing. If you can do a fast 60 meter dash, it's a big deal. But what I have seen in my observation are increments of improvement. She's improving. She got the terrible injury, getting better. And of course, as I've also stated, she's probably still adjusting to college life. Her major is a pretty serious major. And I'm not trying to make excuses for her, but what I'm saying fundamentally is that kind of talent doesn't disappear. You cannot be that track dominant and it disappears. So it's either she's taking a while to adjust, to repair, to heal. There might be some other elements that I'm not quite aware of, other stresses that I'm not aware of. But to be so dominant over that 3-year period, I mean, and she's just 20 years old, people. She's really just 20. I still see a possibility, a way forward for this young lady. I still think Kevona Davis, because I'm still seeing all the signs. Obviously they have to work on her get out of the block speed. Of course, I'd love to hear your thoughts. I think that there is a slight possibility that we could see her come back to dominance in 2022. But more so, maybe when she's 22 in 2024, for the 2024 Olympics, we may see her at her absolute best again. Of course, I'm hoping she proves me wrong and we see her back to her best in 2022. I really want to know your thoughts. What do you think? I mean, you just saw her first race for the 2022 season. I'm going to say it again, the 60 meter dash is not her thing. That's not her thing, people. She comes on later in the race. But hey, don't forget to hit the subscribe button so we can continue to grow. Remember, the goal now is 20,000 subscriptions. We are getting there, and it's because of your help. So hit the subscribe button. When you do that, go ahead and hit the notification bell so you know when the next video drops. We drop a video on average once a day, every day here on Peter Lloyd World. If you enjoy the content, hit the like button. The algorithms on YouTube love the engagement. And people, it's free to hit the like button, so go ahead and hit the like button. And there is no more dislike button, so we need that engagement. So please hit that like button. And finally, leave a comment. Let me know. Do you think I'm being overly optimistic? Like I said, my thoughts are that by 2024, she'll be back to her best self. That's my opinion. You are kings and queens. Your greatness personified. Avoid negative people. Believe in yourself. And what we always say at Peter Lloyd World. Bless up.